got one or two bits and bobs today that I need to get potted on. Because of this weather we're having at the moment, although today it's very windy, it's quite warm and it's going to get warmer as days are progressing, so things that are in little pots now are starting to grow a little bit too quick. So we've got to get them moved on. And one of the things that we have done is these pumpkins, and these are the Jack Be Little miniature pumpkins that only grow to about that size. Still perfectly edible, nothing wrong with them. It's just that they're a really good variety that you can grow up a trellis, because if you buy regular pumpkin seeds you've got to grow them on ground because they grow really big, and the vines can get anywhere between 10 and 25 foot in length. So for a small garden or even a container garden, these are perfect because we can plant them out, we can grow them up a trellis down the other side and then harvest as little pumpkins, either for using as Halloween display or using in the kitchen. We also sowed some flowers. These are called a blue bedder, and they're really good plants. They grow really big, and we germinated these, and it weren't too long ago that we did them. There is a video showing that, but I've basically put them in these packs and I've let them grow on a bit, and since we've had this warm weather coming and the longer days, they started to shoot up a bit now. And if you look at them you can see that some of the leaves are starting to yellow a little, and they're probably getting root bound. So we'll just have a look at one, if I can get it out. Yeah, you can see that there's so many roots on this little block now, so they definitely need to be moved on, else we will lose these plants. But what's been happening is I've had them outside and I've had them just stood on top of a planter, and the roots have grown through the bottom and then started growing into the soil. So when you go to lift the pack up, you're kind of ripping the roots to get it out. So just be aware of that if you stand any of your plants while growing them on anything that's got soil beneath it, because they will come through the bottoms of these packs and then start to root themselves into it. So at some point we're going to have to move these. And we grew some pansies from seed, and quite recently we popped these into this pack and there was tiny little plants, and now you can see how much they are all filling out. I mean, they're still going to be perfectly fine in here until they actually even start to flower if you want to, but if you want them to grow bigger and quicker they need to be in something larger, so we'll work on those over the weekend. And if you remember, we also topped a chilli plant, because when you top a chilli plant it promotes side growth rather than growing upwards. So rather than having a long thin plant with a couple of branches, you can get a more bushier one. So we just basically snipped the top off it to encourage that side growth, and it weren't long ago, and look at it now, how it's starting to really bush out. All these were tiny little side shoots, and once again the weather's picked up, it's got warmer, and this is now bursting into life, so that's good to see. And although we cut the top off, if you look, the top's grown back, if you can see that. So it started to go up a little and out at the same time, which is exactly what we wanted, because you're going to get a bushier plant which is going to have more branches, which will produce more flowers and give you more fruit. So that's worth having a look at that. So as I was saying before in a previous video, the longer the days get, the warmer the weather gets, the quicker all your plants are going to start to grow, and if you don't keep on top of it, it'll get on top of you. You'll find yourself in a position where you've got everything to do at once. Plus, as always, we always have a look in surrounding shops, see if there's any bargains to be had, and we came across these, and they're English grown perennials, and they're not bad looking plants. We have had to pull off a couple of dead leaves like this, which is not a problem because in the centre there's all this new growth appearing. and this was from Poundland. And as I say, it's a perennial plant, so when you plant it out, it's going to come back every single year. And you can plant these anytime between March and October. The plant itself grows to 2 feet high. And another good thing is this particular plant, it tolerates full sun or partial shade. And it's called a Malva. So yeah, £1.25 that cost from Poundland, and they've got quite a few different plants in stock. I'll show you a couple more that we got. We also got one of these, hollyhock, and this one grows to 4 feet. And the planting time's the same, March to October, but this one does need full sun. But again, not a lot to look at. When they come in the packets and they're like this, they just look a lot better. When you take them out, you get that. But when you're buying your plants, you always look down there and you see all this new growth coming. And again, £1.25 for that one as well. So that's going to be going up in beer garden at some point. And then we got this one as well. Again, a big plant, looks quite healthy. Just pulled off any, as you always get, a couple of broken leaves. Just take them off, chuck them away. It'll just promote new growth anyway by doing that. Looks like something's had a bit of a munch on it as well. But again, as I said, the perennial plants, they're in Poundland and they're £1.25 each. So it's not a lot of money to invest in a plant that's going to come back every single year. And this one also tolerates full sun or partial shade. Planting time the same as the previous ones, and it grows to 2 feet. So might be worth a look if you live near a Poundland to pick up some plants that you plant once and they come back forever. And of course, while we're in there, we have to pick up a few little bits and bobs that we might need going through season. So we got these seed labels as well, and they were £1 and there's 80 of them in this pack, so that's a good deal. You always want to make sure you've got one of these spare kicking around, otherwise you're going to start planting seeds and not putting labels on them. Then it's going to get really confusing once they germinate. We picked up some more of this all-purpose fertiliser. I top dress a lot of plants with this, but I also mix it in with compost sometimes when I'm trying to start off new plants. But you get quite a lot in there, and again it's only £1. And some tomato food as well. Always handy as well to have some of this kicking around. And it makes, this dilutes obviously, and it makes 116 litres. So for an average grower, one of these is going to last you all season. And again, that were £1, so well worth buying. And of course we had to pick up some more fish blood and bone. I pretty much put this in everything because it's really good fertiliser. These are £1.50 a box, and it's a 1 kilo box as well, so you get quite a bit in here. But just be aware, if you're looking to buy this and you don't have a Poundland near you, don't buy it off eBay, because there's people buying this and they're putting on eBay up to £8 a box. So just be aware of that. It's the exact same thing that's in Poundland for £1.50, and there's people trying to sell it at £8 a box, so steer clear of those on eBay. And then we got to sell some Grow More as well. 777 fertiliser. Again, a really good one and suitable for top or base dressing. Again, the 1 kilo box, £1.50. These are always on eBay as well, so don't get them from there. And one other little thing, because we go to this Poundland, just down the road from Poundland, and Morrison's, and we got quite a few good deals from there just a few weeks ago. But I've had a look while I was there, and they've now got these packs of bedding plants in, and they've got Gonia Sahara, which is a really nice bedding plant, and they're coming in packs of 20 for £3.50. You can't beat those prices. If you remember before, we got things like pansies and violas, and they were £3.50 for 20 plants, whereas previous years you'll be paying £2 for 6. So like I say, if you've got a Morrison's, pop in. They've got absolutely loads of plants in now because they've extended their garden centre area. So as I said, we've got those things that we need to get potted on. Always got to keep your eye on your plants at this time of year because they'll outgrow the pots really quick, but at the same time, if they're in small pots, they'll dry out really quick as well, like these ones. These are some cucumber plants that we popped in, and we haven't got round to potting these on yet, so all these things need doing now. Because the sun's warm, they're drying out quicker than you can water them, and then your plants are going to end up starting to sag a bit. But more importantly, you'll dry them out completely, then you'll drown them in water, and then you'll get problems because they don't like that. They'll start to turn yellow. So you need consistent watering. So the best thing to do, as I said, is to get them out and get them into a bigger pot so that it holds the water for longer. And if you get a chance this weekend, pop round to your Poundland, get yourself a couple of perennial bargains, and if you've got Morrison's, you can go and get all your bedding for next to nothing, while your already existing flowers are growing on for later in season. Thanks for watching this update. As always, I really appreciate your views, and if you want to see what we're doing, maybe later on today, over the weekend, over the next few months, then just hit that subscribe button and press that notifications bell, and we'll see you all next time. You all take care. Thank you.